Well, Mary Louise Parker and Boys on the Side, I have to have you know, I do a lot of these interviews. And this is one of those performances that really lives, you know, and I think it's going to continue to long after the film has had its first run.
Thanks.
So I know I sound like a foolish flatterer there, but I really mean it. And
please, bring it on.
I guess I'm wondering, is it fair to ask you if you're especially proud of one particular role, maybe this one?
I guess oddly enough, the parts that I'm most proud of are the things I've done on stage. Mm-hmm. But I do have a certain amount of pride for this movie just because I managed to get through it. And it was such a long shoot, and there was so much work involved, and I was actually happy to do it.
Managed to get through it?
Well, it was just such a long shoot, and at times it seemed unsurmountable to me because there was so much I wanted to do with it, and at times I just didn't think I'd be able to accomplish all of it. And I was so hard on myself throughout that there were times when I just, you know.
Well, you keep us guessing. You have your secrets, you have your changes of mood and personality, and when can a role like that fall apart, and when can it cohere? I mean, did you surprise yourself with any of this, or was it all calculated? There's radical shifts here, and yet you still remain consistent.
There were times, I mean, I think there are times when I get maybe a little too cerebral when I'm working. You know, I try to have a balance between the two, but maybe there are times when I get a little too analytical about it. And I think some of the scenes in which I sort of let go of things are some of the best scenes, actually. The
makeup in the final scenes.
Yeah.
Is it more lighting or is it makeup? Or did you actually take off a lot of weight?
It's both, and I lost about 17 pounds. So I was pretty small when we did those scenes.
Now, of course, AIDS is one of the issues, and your work in Longtime Companion has brought you to an entirely different kind of film dealing with this sort of subject. How would you place this? Is this going to have a popular appeal despite a potentially intimidating subject, do you think?
I think it may. I mean, at the time when we did Longtime Companion, it was such a taboo subject. I mean, people really didn't make movies about AIDS at all. It had never been done, and much less a movie about gay men or gay relationships. So hopefully that, if people were exposed to that, maybe it would make them less afraid, you know, in seeing a movie like Boys on the Side. I mean, I think all that you can hope is that the more exposure people have, the less prejudice there will be, maybe, you know, that will bring about a little more compassion in people.
Yeah. Finally, about your cast, your co-members in the cast. If the film has surprises for us, I'm wondering if the shooting of the film held surprises for you because of the two primary co-stars, Whoopi and Drew. Anything about them take you by surprise?
Yeah, I really didn't think I'd like them as much as I did. I mean, I really ended up feeling very warmly about both of them. I think they're both really great women, and I didn't expect to really make friends on the movie. You know, I hoped I'd like them, but I didn't know I'd like them that much.
Well, because on a stage with an ensemble cast, there can be a bond that forms, but because of the fragmented nature of movies, that's a little more rare, I guess.
Yeah, so I didn't know I'd like them as much as I did. They're just both such generous people and great women, so talented. I can't really think of anybody else playing either of their parts.
Such changeability here, but yet I'm wondering if it's fair to ask you if there's a particular kind of role you either like best or would like most to settle in on for a while.
No, I think I really like things that are well written, you know. My friend Craig Lucas, who is a writer who's written several things that I've done, I really enjoy doing his writing because there's so much irony in it, and there's so much humor, and at the same time it can be very dark. So I just really look for things that are well written and do have some kind of sense of irony to them.
And always a place for you. Always a place for you for some more stage work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would love to do a play. I did one a year ago, and I'd love to do one again.
I guess that's another subject. We're out of time. Pleasure to meet you, Mary
You too.
Louise Parker.
Nice to see you.
This performance is one for the archives, let me tell you. I'm John
thank
Tibbetts.
you.
We are both in Los Angeles for KCTV5.
So nice.